7 months ago, we all saw that video footage, and we're going to see it in a moment again, detailing the final moments of Alex Pretti, the Minneapolis nurse shot and killed by 2 federal immigration officers. Since then, his family has been waiting for answers and accountability from the Trump administration about what happened to their son. I met with them in Milwaukee for their first interview. Let me express all of our condolences. It's so hard for all of us to imagine what you've been through over the last 7 months. My first question is, it has been 7 months. Why do you want to speak now?
We really want to get the facts out of what happened to Alex that day. I mean, we've seen what happened. The videos are pretty clear. But we want justice, we want accountability for the people that did this to Alex.
If you say you want to get the facts out, let's start with the facts about your son, your brother. Who was Alex?
He was a good man.
He's a good kid.
He cared deeply about his community. Minneapolis was his community. He wanted people to be treated fairly, no matter what walk of life, what their background was.
You call Alex your hero.
I do.
Why?
Because of who he was as a person. I aspire to be like him. He always stood up for what he believed in.
And that's what brought him into the streets, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
What did he tell you about why he was protesting?
He wasn't really protesting. I mean, and that's one thing we want to be clear. The day he was murdered, he was not at a protest. He was an observer.
Yeah.
And that's why he had his phone.
January 24th, Alex Pretti, a 37-year-old American citizen and ICU nurse for the Department of Veterans Affairs, was shot and killed by 2 federal immigration officers in Minneapolis. Roughly 2 weeks after, Renee Good, also a U.S. citizen, was shot and killed by an ICE officer during Operation Metro Surge, a federal immigration enforcement campaign by the Trump administration. Eyewitness video shows Pretti recording when a federal officer shoves a woman into him. Pretti appears to try and help the woman. Both of his hands are visible, one holding a phone, the other held up to protect himself from pepper spray. Then he's wrestled to the ground. The 2 federal officers seen here pointing their guns at Pretti. His firearm, which he had a legal permit to carry, was removed by an officer while Pretti was on the ground, and before 10 shots were fired. Did you get a phone call?
My husband got a phone call, actually, from an unknown number. And they were like, "Do you know an Alex J. Pretti?" And we were like, "Yeah." And I thought it was a scam. And they were like, "Have you heard from him? He might have been in like an incident with ICE, and we were wondering if you knew anything." And so I called Alex, and his phone went straight to voicemail. And then I got worried. And the reporter who called, he was like, "Well, it's all over the news." So I was freaking out, and then I called them.
I called Hennepin County right away.
Medical center.
Medical center. And they wouldn't give me an answer.
And you begged.
And I begged.
Did they say why?
I could tell by her voice she knew. Because by this time it was
all over the news. We watched it.
We watched it.
We watched it on TV, and it was like, that's our son. That's Alex. And they killed him. No one called us. No one.
We still haven't heard from him.
Yeah, that's how we found out. Watching it on TV, watching our son be shot 10 times on TV.
In the back.
In the back.
Trying to help someone.
Trying to help somebody.
Trying to help someone.
And being beaten with tear gas canisters, sprayed with tear gas.
With a camera in one hand and his left hand
empty
in the air.
When you saw the beginning of the video, what were you seeing?
I saw his jacket, to be honest.
I think it was his jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his sunglasses.
His glasses.
Yeah.
And it didn't surprise you that from the beginning, it seemed like he was trying to come to the aid of someone else.
I was not shocked that he helped somebody. My shock is that he was murdered, and no one has given us the complete truth, or anyone has been held accountable. And it's been 7 months.
There was more effort in vilifying him than pursuing justice, investigating this.
After Pretti was killed, a series of Trump administration officials were quick to blame him. Former Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino said it looked like Pretti wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. Then DHS Secretary Kristi Noem claimed Pretti committed an act of domestic terrorism. Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller posted that Pretti was an assassin. Vice President J.D. Vance reposted that same message.
You heard Stephen Miller use the word assassin.
Right.
The word domestic terrorist.
Right.
Disgusting is what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those posts are still up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We still hear those words about our child. A kid who is out observing something that should not be happening in this world today, in the United States. Why? What did he do to deserve to be murdered? To left cold, on the ground, dead? My child. What did he do?
Shortly after his death, video emerged of Pretti in a confrontation with federal agents 11 days before he was killed in Minneapolis. Video President Trump used to go after Pretti.
President Trump called him an agitator, possible insurrectionist. What does it feel like when you hear the President of the United States saying those things about your son?
I don't think you would like my answer.
It's so unpresidential. I mean, it's ridiculous that, the leader of the free world speaks that way about an American citizen.
All those words were put out there: assassin, domestic terrorist, massacre, agitator, insurrectionist. Since then, no word from the President of the United States.
Oh, no.
No word from the Vice President.
No.
No word from Stephen Miller.
Nope.
No.
Kristi Noem.
No.
What does that tell you?
Tells me they don't care.
They don't care.
They do what they want.
How are you supposed to trust a government after that?
Are you past the point of expecting an apology?
I expect an apology. Why shouldn't we get one?
For the things they said.
For what they said.
ABC News asked the White House if President Trump and Stephen Miller still stand by what they said about Alex Pretti, but they did not answer the question. Shortly after his death, the Justice Department opened a federal civil rights investigation into Pretti's shooting.
I know that they say they've been doing an investigation. We don't know where it stands. We don't know what information they've gathered.
What exactly does the family have the right to see and know?
They at least have the right to know who shot Alex Pretti. They have the right to be consulted with meaningfully. They have the right to meet with the prosecutors. They have the right to have the process not drag on too long. They have the right to be informed. And that's just not being done here. Instead, what we get is just gaslighting and word salad from the federal government.
The Pretti's lawyer, in a letter to then Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche last month, said that the U.S. Attorney in Minnesota did meet with the Pretti family on July 13th, but that the meeting raised more questions than answers. In a statement to ABC News, a Justice Department spokesperson said, as is standard protocol, family member communications, if any, come at a later stage of a case, such as at indictment, initial appearance, plea, trial, or sentencing. Communications with family do not typically occur during an investigation. The Department of Homeland Security told ABC News this matter remains under active investigation. The FBI declined to comment.
I wonder if it's been any comfort at all to see the other side, to see how so much of the world has responded to Alex and what was happening in the streets.
The response that we've had from people around the world, the positive response, it's not going to bring Alex back, of course not, but it does help. We've received over 2,000 cards, letters. We've read every single word of those cards, and we've kept them all.
You say you want justice and you want accountability. What does justice look like in this case?
There are 2 shooters. They need to be held accountable. Why do they get to just go about their everyday business?
I want their names to be released.
Right, their names have been reported, but never officially released.
Right.
Correct. So they're out there. People know their names.
They murdered our child. I understand that immigration, there's a policy in place. I understand that. But this is not the way to do it. People need to be held responsible when they murder people in this country, period. Alex's should not, nor Renee or anyone else should have been murdered, and the case just disappear? No.
You can still feel, see, and hear their pain right there. You know, the Just Forum, we hadn't showed that statement saying they were following, they said, standard protocol. We got this response from the Pretti family attorney. He said, there is nothing standard about the government ignoring the Pretti family, obstructing an investigation, and harboring and protecting the individuals who murdered their son. It defies common sense and common decency and is unjust. So they still have a lot of answers to get.
The anguish that they have is just so palpable.
Yeah.
Like they
What
watch
powerful.
everything on television too.
That's
that
how
video.
they found out.
Yeah.
And so important to hear from this American family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Powerful interview.
We'll be right back.